Welcome to Snap Academy. I appreciate you guys being here, and we are trying something different today. I am just gonna record a few games here. I know somebody was asking about whether or not Cerebro at 2 power is actually viable. He's not obviously not as powerful as like the 3 power, the 5 power, the 6 power, some of the other decks out there, but I love this new edition with Daredevil. Being able to see exactly what your opponent does on turn 5 it is so good. Knowing information in a card game is super powerful, and I absolutely love Daredevil. I am just really enjoying games with him, and this deck here is it's an interesting deck. It isn't super consistent, but it is a ton of fun to play. You're disrupting early game with things like Iceman, Korg throwing rocks in their deck. You have Nightcrawler to kind of like move around. He's just utility, giving you options. Mr. Sinister, that way sometimes you can just kind of flood an area. We're looking to max out at least 2 locations, because the game plan is to eventually drop Cerebro and Mystique. Scorpion is absolutely amazing with his change a couple patches ago, I think it was, but he is so good right now, being at 2 power. Great in any kind of Cerebral mirror match, no matter what version they're playing. The Scorpion just kind of wrecks the deck. And it's just really good against a lot of things right now, I feel. Mr. Fantastic, haven't played him for a while, but like coming back because he's 2 power, he adds power to other locations. Storm, being able to shut down a location, and what's great is when people think like, oh, you only have like 2 or 4 power there, and then at the end of the game, you've stolen that location. Spider-Man to kind of determine where they play, can really help you out, and then of course Hobgoblin, just to send things back over. So not the most powerful of decks, but it is very disruptive, and it's a ton of fun to play. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna jump in here. Gotta find the right deck. So let's go to C2bro. C2bro. Okay. Love my Doc Ock avatar. I think that's really cool. So first turn, Murder World. We obviously don't want to play into Murder World, not until turn 4. Player's already snapping against us. Stan Lee, I mean, Excelsior, living it up, right? You're going for it. So I guess we'll go for it. Like, we're gonna edit some games and the video process, but like for the most part, let's just play this out. Let's see how things go. Oh, and that's great. Both of us played there. Cards can't be played here, so that does make things interesting. I think, obviously, I think we got to go there with Mr. Sinister to the right. There are so many locations now that like I don't like playing into unknown locations, but let's try it. I mean, if it's horrible for us, we can I don't know, we can storm, so not a big deal. And they play nothing, and that's kind of expected. Okay. And so yeah, here we get our Daredevil. I am not going to play Daredevil this turn, I think, because they're expecting stuff to die. I think if we go Storm and the next turn a Hobgoblin on Storm, we don't even need the Daredevil right now, I don't think. I think we're okay with this. We still would love to draw into Cerebro, Mystique is not great on our own, but we are really early into the game, so I think we're good here. Yep, 2 cards over there. Kind of expected that. Let's see what they play out. Which, I mean, they could easily take Wakanda from us. Which, okay. They kind of capped themselves. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I couldn't play Hobgoblin yet. So that's a little... But, if we do that... He is gonna have, like, this is his last turn to play anything. I think that's, wow. Typhoid Mary. That's a good one to go with, though. Because, yeah, he can't play anything now. Like, Daredevil's not going to do anything for us. Which is going to allow us to... Yeah. Because he knew. I'm not, like, the best player or anything out there. I love trying new decks and just trying new things. So, let's jump into another one. C2bro. We're trying to show the power of Cerebro at only 2 power. It's not as powerful as some of the others, but it's still good. And yeah, I think first turn we're gonna throw a Nightcrawler. Let's go to the far side. Love Nightcrawler for this kind of scenario where, you know, I don't like playing into unknown locations, but Nightcrawler can move if it's a really bad location. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna lock in there. We don't want to play into Lechuguia. I'll rip apart lots of these names, but we won't play there until, you know, turn 5 or 6. There's our Cerebro. So we do have some options here. Turn 6, you can move cards to this location. So playing in that location is not the greatest right now. We don't have anything else amazing to play. I really don't want to play Korg into the unknown location, just in case we need to get out of there. So I think we're just going to play Korg into the middle. We don't want to play Mr. Sinister, clogging up too much of the space yet. We still kind of want to see what they're going to do. So, and they play a Mr. Sinister. So, okay. And I'm okay with that. That's great. We're not really behind much on power. This, though... On after turn 4. So here's a very interesting thing we can do. We could go there. Wait a second. Okay, let's back up. So if we stay there, play that. I don't think. I was trying to think of like how we could abuse Cerebro here, but I think what's best actually is if we go Storm there. They're probably gonna play there as well, but I feel better. Yeah. Okay, they were just trying to. They were gonna go for it. They probably don't have any way of like changing things or whatever. I don't think we were set up to win by turn 4. I feel this is a little bit better because now we can throw down Mr. Sinister there, and because we haven't found our Mystique yet, I don't want to move Nightcrawler yet, and I don't want to play into Lechuguia. So let's go ahead and Scorpion in the center as well, hopefully disrupting a little bit of the power in their hand. And they went with adding some rocks. They gave up flooding, which is cool. I kind of expected sometimes, which means though, oh, they have no clue what's coming, do they? So we're gonna go over to there. No, we're gonna keep Nightcrawler there for now. We're gonna go ahead and Iceman, I think, in the middle. I don't think they know what's coming up. I don't think they are expecting a Cerebro Mystique. So I'm gonna snap here. We're gonna leave Nightcrawler because we may potentially need to move Nightcrawler next turn. We probably will. We just don't want them to know it yet. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna be sitting at 6 power on all of our cards, and so we will be 24 power in the middle there, and I don't see them like being able to get that much power in one turn. So let's see what happens. They've already snapped on us. We snapped on them. They are sitting with a bishop. So what could happen? So I mean, we're going up to 24 power. The only way they could honestly, I don't see a way of them getting 24 power. They've got 5 cards in hand. So let's say they have a ton of 1-drops. If they can play out, so bishop gets +1 for every card played. If they could play their whole hand, he's gonna get 5 power. He's going to go up to 6, putting them at 15. But then it's nothing amazing that they played there. It's pretty weak stuff. I don't see how they can win this one. We have flooded. We're going to win New York. I know we're going to win New York. There is no way we don't win New York here. Let's see what they do. So we locked it in. They played 2 cards out. Squirrel. Okay, yeah, they're Khazar, maybe. Iron Man. Oh, okay, they wanted to go. Okay, so they went up to 20. That was, 22. That was close. Oh, that was close. You almost had that there, DeMarcus. You almost had it. We were able to eke it out by just a little bit. So good game to you. Woo! Sweating that one. Didn't think of Iron Man, but obviously, as we saw, that was not enough. Iron Man on one other card. Bishop didn't get the power needed. And yeah, like I said, in that scenario, I don't think there would have been anything else he could have played better. Because Iron Man, I mean, that added 11 power. So, yeah, I don't see how you could have done anything different or had anything different. We had that one pretty locked down. So let's play one more. Oh, man, we're pushing also, like, some ranks here. I mean, here's the funny thing is, I played all last night and, like, jumped around 37, 39, you know, I was up and down a lot last night. And here I go and record with you guys. And I wasn't even playing this deck. I was playing other decks. So, but that's what happens in rank for me is I go up and down a lot because I like to just play different things. So that's awesome for you guys to see that, like, we actually like hit our gold, hit some credits. Not going to do us a whole lot right now. I just claimed a bunch of things, so so here we have Xandar. Xandar is not really good for us because it changes power levels. So we might storm their next turn. This is not looking like a great hand. Depends on what they play, I guess, here. Because, yeah, right now that's kind of the... And they get to play a Daredevil. Okay. So... I think what we do is Scorpion Korg. Because if they're playing Daredevil, could be a destroyer deck. They're looking to do some shenanigans, most likely on turn 5, like we kind of want to do sometimes. This deck really, like, the Hobgoblin is really the only big, like, shenanigans. We just want the information. So, let's go with this. Like I said, they haven't snapped. They haven't done... okay, they give us a... Okay. Green Goblin. I would love to get a Green Goblin. I hope that's one of the next cards I pull, but... I'm not upset with this. We get our own Daredevil. And we do have Cerebro Mystique. So I think we want to go there just in case they have Hobgoblin as well. Okay, so Korg goes away, and they play their own Korg. So Xandar, we were giving up Xandar anyways. I wasn't too concerned about Xandar. And they're thinking they have Hell's Kitchen 1 with that one. So, ooh. And we go first. I think we do that. That way we don't get... Oh, and hey, we both had Daredevil, so it's going to play out just normal anyways. So then... I think we go with Cerebro. We snap here, and hopefully we run them away with it. Or we just get our 2 cubes and, you know... Can you beat... Yeah! Yes! Oh, that's what we love about that shit there. Like, and just for shits and giggles, yeah. That was a good one. And they were playing a very similar deck. I have a feeling it might have been the... Yeah, it possibly could have been the 3-powered version of Cerebro. I don't think so, though. But that's what's just awesome about this game here. He took a risk. I don't think it was a good risk. Like, if I was in his shoes, I would not have played Hobgoblin. Granted, I don't know what else he had in his hand, but that did not seem like the play to make there. You were banking on a lot of stuff. If you were to do that anywhere, you do it in Xandar, but you're already winning there. So... Okay, guys. So there you have it. That was some gameplay with the C2bro. Not a lot of, like, you know, data or whatever. Not a lot of, like, games to actually really say anything. Granted, I've been playing this a lot, though. This is one of my favorite decks. So I feel it's gonna win some games. Is it tier 1, tier 2? Probably not. I think it's maybe tier 2.5-ish if you're into, like, the whole tier kind of thing. I think it's a little harder in this game to determine tiers because of the snap mechanic and how, you know, it's psychological, you know, and that's kind of how gambling works too. And that's essentially what this comes down to, is it is in a way gambling. But there you go, guys. So, like, what is your thoughts on a 2-powered Cerebro. Is this worth it? I would love to, throw in a Green Goblin in this deck as well. Maybe pull out one of the 1-drops for a Green Goblin. I don't know for sure though, because I do like what we got going on right now. So just would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I know, somebody had asked for some gameplay on this kind of deck and how well it does, and I think this really does kind of show, there's some decision trees, there's some skill involved with it, knowing the decks that you're playing against, and also this deck, never ever be afraid to retreat. It is a deck that you can be like, oh, let's see how this plays out. Let's see how. No. If you ever question that, and also if you don't get a Cerebro, it is harder to win. It's not impossible because of Storm and Hobgoblin and Daredevil giving you lots of information and knowing where to play and when to play certain things. But it is a very location dependent deck. Scorpion obviously is going to destroy this deck as well on its own. And like I said, there's a lot of locations you just kind of auto retreat. Monster Island, I think that puts out the monster, the 9-power. Now Cerebro's only pumping him. You retreat immediately. If you can't change locations that affects power levels, whether it be negative or positive, those are ways to just retreat, get out of there. And in this version we only have Storm, which is why it is pretty weak compared to some of the other versions. If you really want to play Cerebro competitively, you probably play the 3-power version, or even I think the 6-power version has some merits. I don't have some of the really key cards to make that one kind of sing, I guess. Right now it hums. So, but honestly, you guys, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Is this worth playing? Would you play it? Is it a fun deck? Just tell me what you guys think. Again, I appreciate you guys. This is Snap Academy. I am your host, Sterling, and we will see you guys on the podcast here soon. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys.